y'all. Whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you had decided to vibe with E today. Yes, I'm E, your host, and I'm thrilled to share the vibe of the day with you. So, you already know the drill. I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show because today's vibe of the day is something special as always. Okay, so let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so let's get into it. Today's vibe is something I'm going to say a lot of us needs to know. We really do. And with that being said, let me turn this echo off so y'all don't have this in y'all speakers and y'all like, oh my God, I can hear you. I hear you, but you too loud. So, today's vibe of the day is all about choices. The choices that you make and why you make them. So choices is the vibe of the day because a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of people make the choices that they do depending on whether it's good or bad. Such as with the episode I had made previously within moving on and also your worth. So with that being said, the choices that you make in life carries and it follows you, especially when it impacts things that you never thought it would impact, such as like the choices that you make. I feel like those are the choices that you make because it benefits you in the end of the day, not nobody else. It's you. Like sometimes we be indecisive about what we want to do and why we do what we do, but a lot of people just don't understand that this is the life I live and these are the choices that I'm going to make, whether it's big or small choices that I need to make within my life. This has to be done and said because I need to fix this. So when it comes to choices, a lot of people be like, dang, the choices that I made in life either impact me in an amazing way or fuck me up in a way I never thought it would. And it happens to the best of us. Trust me, I know. Like the choices I made, I always bring school as a prime good example because like once you leave high school, the choice is yours. Like, you know, some of us graduate at 18, 17, 16. If you're really, really smart, you know, whatever the case may be, 16, 17, 18, 19 from high school. And the choice is left to you. There's no more mommy and daddy telling you, oh, yeah, get up. Time to go to school. The choice is yours. It's either you go to school, you go to community college, 4-year college, go to a trade school, join the Navy, the military. It's all up to you now, or get a full-time job, or become a CEO. You know, all the choices are to you. However, some people made the choices whereas though I seen like they went to school and then they found out school was not for them because when you're in college, it's a whole different ball game, like the whole different shebang. And I've seen that for myself within the pandemic. Like, are you prepared to wake up every morning for this class? Like, are you prepared? Are you prepared to get on your Zoom? Because, you know, you got to get on your Zoom. Like, I had to keep that in mind. Like, let me get on this Zoom, these Teams, and all this stuff because this impacts my life. And this is the choice that I made for myself. So, these are the choices that I'm making, and it's the choice I made. I need to follow this choice because if not, I'm going to be fucked. And you don't want to do that. Versus the choices that you make and it do or do not work out for you. For example, like within the beginning of the year, I had the opportunity to work for an amazing children's hospital as a clinical assistant. However, when I went into the facility, you know, was in there, I was a full-time, like not full-time, but like I was fully an employee and did the training, doing the training and stuff. I was like, okay, I should be fine and I should be fine. But my last training, y'all, it wasn't for me. Like, I was working with children that has disabilities, and they are known for hitting, biting, pulling, things like that. And by me being their clinical assistant, being an assistant, I had to be prepared to stop that and know how to deal with it. And mentally, it was getting to drown me, but physically, it was hurting me because them hits hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. So shout out to all the clinical assistants out there that can handle those jobs because I chose that path and it got cut short within like a month tops. because it was not for me. This is the choice that we make. This is the life that we choose, the things we do. But I'm gonna tell you about these choices. Choices is one of the many things that people fail to realize. Like, you'd be surprised at what you could do. Like, some of the choices that I made in my life, some of them that came off the dome was like, oh, let me do this, oh, let me do that. So I choose to do this, I choose to do that. Like, I was debating, little things that I was debating about, like a nose ring. I was like, if I choose to get a nose ring, is it gonna make me look a certain type of way? Am I gonna feel better? Am I gonna look better? Whatever. So I took that risk and got that nose ring. And the choice that came with this nose ring, I'm gonna tell you, it's good and bad. It's good because it makes you look good. I feel a little bit pretty and like I'm used to it now. Bad is when you go out when you go out and you say me, I like to wear eyewear. I like to wear sunglasses. And sometimes I read my reading glasses. If that daggone stud or hoop is not clicked or in there good, baby's gonna fall. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went to the pool and I had my sunglasses on. I like big frames because I have a big face, so I have to wear big things. I don't like I have little frames, y'all, yes, but I love a big face because it covers all the eyelashes and everything from, the nitty gritty need to do. Within that choice I made, within that, y'all, let's just say I lost the nose ring, came home, found it in my bag. But nevertheless, the choices that you make within life, you just have to remember these are for you, nobody else. No matter how big or small the choice is, you got to think of the outcome of it. Yes, at times the choices we make are either long-term or short-term choices, but you got to think the choices you make are for you. Nobody can force you to do whatever you want to do. The choices I make within my life is because I feel this way about it. Nobody can tell E what to do because I'm at that peak where I'm able to vouch for myself. Once I turned 18, I felt like I was able to express myself, vouch myself more, and be able to write my name on dotted lines that people would never thought I would write my name on. Never thought I would write my name on a dotted line for. Shoot, so the choices that you make in life, y'all, I'm gonna just say this. Just be very careful and cautious what you do, because at times, like I mentioned, when it comes to support, within the 3rd episode I made about support, you really, really gotta think about these choices that you make and be able to live with it. And when it comes to the support, I feel like when it comes to the support within the choices that you make, like I mentioned within episode for support, you gotta remember who are there for you, and you gotta make sure your day ones are able to accept the choices that you make in your life, especially if it's for the better. Because if you feel like you're going down, like going downhill or whatever, and it's time for you to make some sacrifices, some choices that you thought you would never have to do it. And if the people around you don't understand it, then let them go. Within the choices you make too, you make choices of people also. When you move on, when you in that stage where, okay, I'm prepared for the better. This is the choice I made. I'm going to prepare for it. At times it comes with things you have to eliminate. People, things, toxicity, like whatever made you realize you had to choose this because of X, Y, and Z, bro, it says do it because you feel as though it needs to be done. Don't do it just to do it. And that's a lot of people fail to realize too. Don't do it because you see John and Sean and all them doing all these choices. No! Do it for you. If you know you need to change something about you, you need to choose the right way to do it and when to do it. The choice is yours. Like they say, the choice is yours. Like, it's either you want to go this way or you want to go that way. You want to go to this path or you want to go through that path. You gotta, like, even out these things, because a lot of people be like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is the choices. I don't know what is a good choice, it's a bad choice. Let me tell you something. And the peak of these choices that you make, okay, it prepares you for things that you might not be prepared for. Like I said, within the choices that you make, you just really have to make sure that this is what you want. Do your research. Even if it's not something to be researchable, just do some type of research, because you never know. Like, say if you ready to move out of the country, and you like, or out of state, you know. And it's the choice that you made for yourself because this is what you've been looking for. This is what you want to do. You know, some people choose to start a new lifestyle, start a new path, do a new chapter in their life, but this is what they want to do, and they tired of living in the situation that they are now. So the choice that you make within moving in a new state, I always tell people, like, if you want to do this, you want to do that, do your research and also have a second opinion and also have a backup plan. Because sometimes the first choice might not last. You know, like when I left the children's hospital, I still had a backup plan. I still had enough jobs. See, one thing about me, I'm going to keep 2 jobs. I'm going to keep 2 jobs. Okay? Because you never know what could happen. And I'm glad that I kept that side job because I still had to make ends meet regardless. I still had to make sure that me financially was stable. And as I say this to say again, shout out to all you caregivers, because I'm gonna tell you something, not everybody's built to be a caregiver, and I had my fair share within the caregiver field for a little bit, and I said nope, this not built for me. Because once you become a caregiver, you are like, this is your position. You have to care for these patients mentally and physically, from children, the adults, elderly, whatever field that you're a caregiver in, with whether it's like just for caregiving within mentally, physically, or both. I salute you, because I'm going to tell you, when I stepped in there, like I had it, like I was good. It was good, but certain patients in certain positions that I had to do stuff, I was like, okay, I don't think this gonna work. But I'm gonna tell you this. That's the choice I made for me, because that's what I felt back then when I first made this choice, that okay, I got this, I could do this. I did my research and everything. I said I could do this, I got this. But once I got in the field, did what I had to do, and seen the outlook, I was like, girl, go sit down. do what you know you used to. Like, get in the field that you know you used to. But like I say, within the choice that we make at times, you gotta take a risk. And that was my risk I took. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all as well. When you make these choices in your life, whether it's like big or small, whatever, just remember, don't be afraid to do that. If you choose to do that within a person, place, a thing, or just for you, whatever it is, don't be afraid, because that's what you want to do, bro or sis. That's what you chose to do. And this choice that you made was, okay, I want to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. This time I'm going to flip, this time I'm going to make it shake. Do it. Don't let nobody discourage you on what you want to do, because at the end of the day, this is the choice that you made, and it's the choice that you're going to stand on. Like I said, even if your choice ends up like how mine was, you got out in the field and then you did it, and then you was like, this ain't for me. Let me just say this, you didn't give up. You didn't give up, because most people be like, you know, oh, don't do it, it ain't worth it. How? Because it wasn't worth it for you? If it wasn't worth it for you, how you know it's not worth it for me? We 2 different people. And that's another thing too with the choices you make. People always on that bull. Or like some, oh, you want to do that? Why you want to do that? What chose you to do that? What? Man, just, and I understand, like, sometimes you gotta have that person in your ear to give it to you raw and uncut. But sometimes it's like, come on, it's either like you support it or not. If not, just keep it pushing, because sometimes the choice that you make them because this is what you have to do. Sometimes even if it is choice that you didn't want to do, like, I know when you get older, there's a lot of choices you got to make, like, such as like financially. Sometimes you be like, do I really want to pick up a second or third job? But you got to think, these are choices you got to make in order to make sure you got lights and food and everything, you know. So I say this to say, within the choices that you make, y'all, just stand tall and firm on it. Just stand tall through it all, because at the end of the day, this is the choice that you made, and that's going to be the life you live. Within choices that we take, at times it comes out to be a beautiful blessing, and sometimes it comes out to be like a lesson learned. And within every lesson you learn, even if it's a good or bad lesson, you learn something. Like every day you learn something. Not even just about yourself, but about people around you. Anything you do, you're going to learn. Even if you're not in school. That's why I tell people too. You don't have to be in school to learn something new every day. You don't. You don't have to sit in front of a professor. You don't have to sit behind a laptop or computer to learn from somebody. You can learn from somebody just by sitting down, being in the comfort of your own home. You can learn from me. And I'm not no professor, no teacher, no nothing. I'm just a regular person. Well, student in this case. But yeah, a lot of people be like, I can't learn. You gotta learn when you in school. No, you can learn anywhere. See, this the choices that you make. Some people choose to go to school and learn, and some people choose to teach themselves or learn on their own damn timing, okay? I say this to say, with the choices that we make in life, I'm gonna tell you, when you get older, once you reach them peak of them 20s, baby, you gonna see the choice that you make back when you were a teenager. I'm not choosing that again. I'm sorry. I'm not. Because the choices I made when I was a teenager, I'm gonna tell you, those choices were either good or bad. And some of them was just like risk taking. But I'm gonna tell you, after all them choices I had made, I learned from every last one of them. I learned what to do, what not to do, how to fix this, how to manipulate this, how to make this work, how to make that work, what not to do, what to do. Like, it's a lot of things that you learn within the peak of the choice that you make. And I say this to say as well, don't be, like I said, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid. Just go out there and do it, because you never know. That could be a blessing in disguise for you. You can never know within that choice you make. You never know who you can run into or what you can run into that's able to help you too within this choice that you're making. I don't want to seem like I'm preaching, but I'm preaching to you a little bit, because it's hitting me, because I'm like, I'm debating about a choice I want to have now. And within the podcast, it was a choice that I made. I was like, should I do a broadcast or should I do a podcast? And you know, with the broadcast, you got to show your face and everything. And sometimes I don't want to show my face. But the choice that's okay, that's at a broadcast wouldn't be bad. I mean, you're going to hear my voice, but that's not so bad. You know, either, you know, this is the life we live, the choice that we have to make. I just had to make sure this was a choice that I wanted to take, because this is my show. It's not like it wasn't a partner deal or nothing. No, everything that impacts with Vibing with E was from me. Every last thing, from the slogan, from the blueprint, everything was me. It was nobody else. It was me. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Within the choice that you make, always make sure that when you do those choices, even if it's with somebody too, like a business plan or whatever, make sure you or whoever the person you with too as well is prepared for these choices and prepared for this lifestyle or whatever y'all trying to do. Because let me tell you something. I believe in 50-50. I don't believe in that 100 and 0 or that 75 and all that. No, especially if it's a partner choice or a collaborative, everyone should do their part. And if it's the choice that you made, that okay, this is what we gonna do, so I advise you to choose wisely on what you want to do and say, because nobody got time for that mess. Nobody got time for that mess, especially when it comes to a business. Now that I think about it, I brought up the broadcast or the podcast type of situation. When it comes to a business, they always say don't go in business with your family because it causes conflict. Sometimes when you go in business with your family or your friends, the choice that you make within that, it might be a good or bad outcome. Especially when it comes to your friends, because at times you wouldn't think that you and your friend would ever fall out. Sometimes it happens. That's why I see a lot of people just go by themselves, just like, alright, I got this by myself. Now, when it comes to the choice of collaboration, oh yeah, heck yeah, I'm all for it. Like, if I see somebody out there that has a podcast or a podcast, clothing designer, or whatever the case may be, and they want to collab, sure. But I'm going to tell you straight up, within this choice that I'm making, and within this deal you trying to sign over to me, I advise you to choose wisely, because when it comes to these people too, when you collab and choose to do this and that, I'm real big on like getting the ball rolling. If I tell you I choose this day or I choose this X, Y, and Z, I choose you to make sure you know what you're doing too, because this is not a one-man street, especially if you ask me to help you collab, promote, or whatever, baby. It takes two or how many other people behind you too to make sure that this goes as well within the choices that we're making with each other, because this is not just gonna be no flying by. And I think of everything as, I'm not gonna say perfection, but I think of it as like, make it your official copy and not your draft. Of course you have to have a draft. Like when you write a paper, you gotta have a rough draft. But within a rough draft, you don't want to have so many errors to the point where when it comes to making the final draft, it's like, freak, like what else? Like I don't, like, you lost. I feel like within a draft, that's where most of your creative skills and everything should be coming. That blueprint, that little rough draft blueprint or whatever. Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of errors, but you don't want so many errors to, like, when it comes to the full path of it, of the product or whatever, you be like, what the hell next I'm gonna do? Like, damn, I don't know what else to think. So yeah, within the choice that you make, y'all, I just want y'all to remember this. Do that for you, bro or sis. Don't do that for nobody else. Do that choice because this is what you want. If you choose to be with that boy or that girl, do it. If you choose to live in that big old house or apartment for the first step, do it. If you choose to go to a 2-year college or a 4-year college, do it. Choose. And every time you choose things, I know it's either between 2 or 4 things, but you gotta weigh your options out. And like I said, you gotta do your research. Yes, people fail to realize when you can't just jump in the field without at least getting some type of background information on what the heck are you doing or investing in. So yeah, I say this to say, by leaving y'all with this, choices we have to make every day, and some of them choices are the best thing that ever happened to us or the saddest thing that ever happened to us. But let me let y'all know this: within every choice that you have ever experienced or is experienced, you're learning as you go. It's a blessing or maybe not a blessing in disguise. But I'm going to say this: with every blessing I take, even if it's good or bad, I'm still blessed, because you know why? You're still alive. Okay? And you stepped out in the field, Craig. You wasn't scared. You didn't buy Felicia that choice. You stuck to that choice that you made, So I leave with this to say to y'all, whenever y'all hear this, that choice you make, sister, bro, do it because you want to do it. Do it because that's what your mind or your heart is telling you. Sometimes I know your mind or your heart plays a tricky game, but in this situation, if it's impacting your mind or your heart, do it. Don't stand, don't fight it. Do it. Okay? Do it. And as I say this to say, as always, peace and blessings to all you beautiful people out there. I wish you nothing but the best, beautiful pieces and blessings ever come your way. And as always, you will hear from your one and only favorite broadcaster, E, soon. But yes, I also leave with y'all to say, please be safe and be careful out here, because it's summertime and all these fabulous events and holidays coming up. So I just want y'all to be safe and be mindful, stay hydrated and everything. And as always, peace. I'll see y'all next time. Well, y'all will hear from me next time. Bye.